Have you heard the term brat? This is new to me. Okay, like, I realize I'm not always one of the cool kids. I get it. You know what? I live my life. I like weird things like opera instead of rap. So, you know what? I'm gonna preface it with that. So I'm unique in my own special way, but nonetheless, I'm pretty much on the news curve, right? Like I read everything, even People Magazine. Like I read it all. I had never heard of this term. So then I started asking around to the kids and everything, and nobody had heard this term. So brat, do you know what brat means? Well, apparently Kamala is quote brat, B-R-A-T, and it's like something. Although apparently the woman who coined the phrase is a singer that I also hadn't heard of, nor did any of the young people I talked to know of her. Drew, to his credit, but Drew has a great background in music and more pop music and country music, so he's a little more in the scene than me, the classical aficionado that I am. So anyway, this lady coined the term brat, and basically it's not very complimentary because it sort of means like you're a big hot mess, but you own it. Okay, great, you're a hot mess, but you own it. I don't want my president of the United States being a hot mess who's proud of it, but apparently that's cool nowadays. So I'll let Newsweek, who explained it quite well, I'm going to play this clip and they can define what brat is, and then you'll say, hey, I learned something new today, and I definitely don't want Kamala now.
Is Kamala Harris brat? According to singer Charlie XCX, yep, she is. Let me explain. So when Joe Biden dropped out of the presidential race and Kamala Harris became the presumptive Democratic nominee, Charlie XCX took to X to announce Harris is brat. So what is brat actually? Well, it's Charlie XCX's new album. That's what it is. And the album artwork, which is just a green background with the words brat on it, have taken over the internet. The songs have taken over TikTok. Everyone is talking about this album. It is officially Brat Summer. Charlie XCX explained a little bit about what brat is. You are just that girl who is a little messy and maybe says dumb things sometimes, who feels herself but then also maybe has a breakdown but parties through it. It is honest, blunt, and a little bit volatile. That's brat. Think Courtney Love in the 90s, Amy Winehouse in the early aughts, and Kesha in the 2010s. Now, I don't know if I would put Harris in that category.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
I mean, maybe. It depends on your politics, I guess.
You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
But the new Kamala Harris campaign has fully adopted this Brat Girl Summer, if you will. And people on social media have definitely adopted this vibe fully. It got me thinking, like, who would be Republican alternatives for the Brat Girl Summer? Maybe Nikki Haley? I mean, she's kind of a disruptor, if you will. Oh my God, no, Liz Cheney is fully brat. What do you think?
Enough, right? You know what I'll say? Those colors, can we see them again? If you go to the Twitter account for Kamala HQ, they've got this green and black, but it's a vomit green, okay? Like I just want to puke when I see it. Of all the color greens, seriously, green is a beautiful color. I love green. I wear a lot of green. I love green. It's actually one of my favorite colors. And we've got my new website coming out, and it's all in this beautiful Kelly green. Not a green like that. Like, this is vomit green. And you know what else it reminded me of? Do you guys know the show Oz? Or Wicked, forgive me. It's Wicked. That's the Broadway show about the Wizard of Oz. It's about the Wild Witch of the West. She's like the Wicked Witch of the West. Forgive me, Wicked Witch of the West. I mean, those are the colors. And then she's got the laugh. And I'm sorry, but like, go for it. Go for it, Kamala. You embrace this brat thing. Most presidential candidates would actually choose red, white, and blue as their colors, but not Kamala Harris. Kamala's going with vomit green and black. That tells you pretty much everything you need to know about the lady. You combine that with the fact that she skipped out on BB today because she had to go to a sorority meeting, and yep, she's trying to energize. She's trying to energize the crazy lefty base and all those people that want to go out on college campuses and protest and, have their food brought into them by the college cafeteria simultaneously. Catering. They need their catering. This is like DEI on steroids. I'm sorry. And you know what? People are being criticized. I'll be another one that's criticized for saying that. You're apparently not to say this. But I'll tell you what, I don't even need to say it. Joe Biden said this. Joe Biden said this in late May of 2024. In fact, there was a a speech that he gave. Drew, do we have this graphic by any chance? Because I want to quote from this actual speech. He just said it right out. I mean, like who needs to beat around the bush, for goodness sakes? He actually talked about it. This is in remarks by President Biden and Vice President Harris at a campaign event in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And let's check the date, May 29th, 2024. I mean, back when they thought he was still okay to run, right? Amazing what a few weeks can do. Quote, together, we make history, not erase it. To me, Joe Biden says, the values of diversity, equity, inclusion, that would be DEI, are literally, and this is not kidding, the core strengths of America. That's why I'm proud to have the most diverse administration in history that taps into the full talents of our country. And it starts at the top with our vice president. Our vice president, who's there for DEI reasons only? Come on, I mean, for goodness sakes, the woman couldn't even figure out her way to the border. She wouldn't even go. No, she went down and had to meet with, the president of Ecuador and the president of this, that, and the other to address the root causes of immigration, but she couldn't actually be bothered until push came to shove, and then they had to clear the way for her and get rid of all the riffraff when she eventually showed up. Wow, I mean, it's really, really, really disturbing. And just so I don't get too upset about it, I'm going to make sure I take my Balance in Nature. How's that for a segue? One of our other great sponsors on the show, Balance in Nature, balanceinature.com. Go there, everyone. You get 50% off. 1-800-246-8751. Just use discount code TRISH. 1-800-246-8751. Balanceinature.com. They've got tons of testimonials there. I take it every day. I think, look, having a lot of water, getting your exercise, and taking your fruits and veggies, your vitamins is extraordinarily important, especially as we get older, right? You need that nutrition. You need to take care of yourself. I could do a whole show just on this. Drew heard me the other day. I was like, make sure you drink your water. Make sure. I mean, I do. Do I not, Drew? Right? I'm always like, and that's why I always keep water with me. I try and drink my water. I try and get my exercise, and I take my fruits and veggies every day from Balance in Nature. So check them out. You can get 50% off right now, which is a big deal. I've actually never seen a code like this. So use TRISH, TRISH, and go to balanceinature.com today.